Good morning. We're just going to wait for some people to come in. We've got... Okay. All right. Good morning, Unity of Omaha. People are still coming in. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day it is today. Let's see. Oh, and there they are. Those spotlets I just love. So welcome to everybody in the sanctuary today and everyone listening online. My name is Terry Myers. I'm one of your meditation leaders. We had a wonderful meditation this morning upstairs. We did one on kindness and compassion. And we started with self-kindness spread out to loved ones and people that we didn't know. We ended up with blessing the whole world. It was wonderful. So if you ever care to join us, we're meeting at 9 o'clock upstairs in the meditation room. So I just wanted to start out today thanking all the people who made Circulation Day work. You know, we just had our 14th, 15th Circulation Day yesterday. I was hoping some of the people would be coming in here that helped, because I really would like to acknowledge those people who contributed their time and their items to make Circulation Day a wonderful event. People coming in. So to acknowledge those people that worked so hard last week, in case you're not aware, yesterday was Circulation Day. It's where we all gathered up the treasures that we had in our garages and our closets and our basements and attics, and we brought them here to recirculate them, put them out there in the world. So if you had any part to do with Circulation Day, whether you were collecting items, donating items, whether you met with the people who were coming, would you stand for just a minute so that we can acknowledge what you did? And we're so grateful for the help that you gave. Yeah. And if you had to be, Karen was one of them too. If you happened to be here yesterday when some people were shopping and they didn't understand what Circulation Day was all about, and I went up to them and I said, and everybody did, it's free. Whatever you're looking for. If you find it, take it, it's yours, it's free. And it meant the difference to a lot of people. One woman I talked to who, she says, I'm a single mom and I just moved out on my own with my kids, and we had a TV for her. Of all things, we had a TV, and she's lugging it to her car. It was just wonderful, and she could not believe it was free. So y'all made it happen. So again, another round of applause for all those people who made it happen. Yeah, it's a perfect way to start the week. So, announcements. We're looking for volunteers. If you would like to help count the donations, see Jerry or phone the office. And it just takes about 5 minutes every week. And even if you can only do it every other week or whatever, just you can help us out. That would be great. We're going to have a baked potato potluck. Okay, baked potatoes. That's on my list. Who loves baked potatoes? There is a sign-up sheet in the cafe along the line, and Sherry's organizing this one. Sherry's right down here. So it's just a matter, if you can bring some fixins and bring some baked potatoes, that would be great. That's going to be September the 15th, right after service. If you would like to have us make you a name tag, there's a sign-up sheet in the tick-up booth, and sometime soon we're going to have those name tags for you to wear. On September the 8th, Sunday the September the 8th, we're going to have a guest speaker. His name is Brian Lotman. He's called the Traveling Monk, and he's going to talk about mystical path to self-realization. I'm going to be in the front row for that one because I want to hear all about that. And after service, he's going to do what he calls Awakening of the Heart, where you get to float in this blissful sound bath of musical chanting. And we're asking for a love offering of $30. And there are flyers about that in the cafe. He's going to be doing that, Awakening the Heart, in the history room right after service. So mark your calendars for that. Okay, well, for a few weeks now, I've been promoting the class that I'm going to be teaching in September. It's called Infinite Possibilities, the Art of Changing Your Life. And people are asking, well, what is all that about? And this is the flow of co-creation. We know as Unity members that we create our reality. Our thoughts create our reality. That's the third principle. And this is the flow of co-creation that we talk about in the class. You ask for something. You want to dream really big about something. And then you need to visualize it. And we spend the first week talking about how to visualize and how to, get that vibration out there. And then it's a given. The university automatically gives you what it is that you've asked for. And you think you're asking with your words or your thoughts, and you are to a certain extent, but your vibration is even more important than those things. But the universe is going to determine how and when that dream will manifest. Okay? And we talk about that as well. Now, the real key to this whole process is you're allowing, staying open for whatever comes your way along the path of fulfilling this dream that you've asked for. And that's the third step you'll see up on the slide. You're going to take action. A lot of people focus on just the action. They think if they work harder, they'll get that job that they want, or if they work harder, this is going to happen for them. And taking action is important. It is not the most important part. You have to stay in alignment vibrationally with what it is that you want. You need to notice your emotions, because your emotions will show you, especially if it's fear, anxiety, or this thought pattern that we get into that says, oh, I can't do this, I'm not worthy, whatever. We have thought patterns that we have. So when we're noticing our emotions, if they're not aligning with what it is that we want in life, it's harboring a limiting belief. And during the course, the study in the second week, we talk about these limiting beliefs, how they came to be, and what you can do to flip them. We actually do an exercise so that you discover what your particular pattern of thought is on limiting beliefs. And, some people, it's like, oh, I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not worthy enough, or this can happen if or when I lose weight, or I get physically fit, or, this happens or that happens. And so we actually dive into the work a little bit of Dr. Maria Nemeth, who came up with a list so you can identify what are my thought patterns that are limiting me to achieving what it is that I want in life. So that's a fascinating exercise to do. That's worth the ticket alone. And then the other thing that we learn to do is how to demonstrate faith and show gratitude. And gratitude's really, really important, because whatever you're noticing and appreciating in life, you get more of that flowing to you. Now, demonstrating faith is very interesting. They said, well, how do you demonstrate faith? Mike Dooley, and the workbook and the book that we use is by Mike Dooley. He talks about it as acting as if what you want you already have, because the universe is bringing it to you. You just need to be a little patient. So acting as if. And here's an example. I knew a woman once who, she was divorced, and she was in her early 50s. And she said, I'm ready for my next partner. I'm really ready for my next partner. And so she understood this flow of co-creation. Okay, it was me. So just so you know, it was me. I'm talking about me, okay? So I'm 50, And I'm like, okay, how am I going to make this work? And I understood law of attraction. I mean, I learned it in this room back in the early 200s, or 2000s. Sorry, not 200s. Well, probably 2000s. Okay, so I'm over there and I hear about it from Unity ministers, coming, stepping up, and I'm like, I know how to make this happen, okay? So I looked around and I could visualize how would I feel when I had that relationship. And I got really excited about that. And then I looked around and I started visualizing, okay, what's it going to look like when he's here? And I looked in my garage, and by golly, I had a 3-car garage, and I could only park 1 car in there because I had the kids' toys in there. I had the gardening stuff all around. I had Christmas decorations and boxes of this and stuff of that. And I'm saying, well, where the heck is he going to park? And so I got really busy cleaning that up. And then I could imagine where his car was going to be, right? And so I looked around and I said, okay, act as if. So I looked in my closet because I said, we're going to share this bedroom. We're going to share this closet. And it was stuffed with my stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, all right, I'm going to give him this side of the closet, right? So I cleaned it out. And it was hard to give up that side of the closet. But I knew that was going to have to happen if I was going to, as I was calling that person to me. So half of my closet stayed empty and available as I was going through the dating process. And finally, it was full. So that's demonstrating faith. So we'll look at these fun ways that you can look at your life and say, okay, if you're not getting what you want, are you in alignment with it? So that's what we'll be talking about in this 4-week course, and I hope you join us. We're using that book, Infinite Possibilities. I'm offering it at a sliding scale. Usually when I offer it at my learning center, Dreamweavers, it's a $200 course, and I'm thrilled to be able to offer it here in the cafe starting September the 7th. We're going to meet in Saturday afternoons, 1:30 to 4. You get the same, actually the better, an updated, wonderful version that I've been teaching for 7 years, but I'm customizing it to fit this group. And anyway, sliding scale, starting at $39. You can buy the ticket for $39, the fee $39, $49, or $99. If you donate, and that's a direct donation to Unity of Omaha, they get 100% of the proceeds. If you donate $99 or more, you'll get the Infinite Possibilities book and workbook for free. Okay, and we do use both of them in the course. So I hope you join us. There are flyers about the class in the back of the sanctuary, under the community board, and in the bookstore. So you can, or ask me after service, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. So I hope you join us. All right. Brenda's going to talk about World Day of Prayer now.
Okay, so 11th and 12th down at Unity Village is World Day of Prayer. And if you haven't been here before, World Day of Prayer is when they have a 24-hour vigil down there of people praying and holding the energy and a higher vibration for the world. But they also have speakers, and they have other fun activities. We will be going down on the 12th, and that's a Thursday. We have a generous anonymous donor, and they have paid for a bus to be with a professional driver to go down to Unity Village. So you don't have to drive. And it is $25 to sign up. That is solely for the lunch that they're having. So we will be going at 6 o'clock in the morning. We meet here, and then it goes all the way till about 10, 11. We'll be back here. So it's a long day, and you'll have to pay for your own dinner. I don't know where we're going to stop. We'll have to figure that out on the way back. But we'll leave Unity Village, which is down in Lee Summit, Missouri. Where's Ray? She's not here. Okay, good. Well, not good, but the answer last Sunday, she's like, nobody knows where that's at. So, down at Lee Summit, Missouri. So we'll go down there, but on the way back we'll have dinner. But you're responsible for buying your own dinner. It's a wonderful time. You can walk the nature trail and the what is it called? Labyrinth. See, you guys know. But I'm going to be talking more about it today in my talk. So just know and keep that in mind. And we have limited spaces available. There's Ray. I told him where Unity Village was. Yeah. Just want to be accountable. There's only like 26 to 28 places on the bus. So it is limited, so make sure you sign up. We will be sending out, again, through the e-blast and I think through individual emails, you'll get a place to sign up. You have to sign up by credit card because it's Unity that is making the sign up, okay? I can't do anything about that part of it, but just know that it's a great time. Okay, and then another aside for today, it's going to be a different kind of day. We will not be having any music, so because I left you, it's kind of last week, we went so long. This week will be super short. So just know that it's going to be a different kind of Sunday, but and that's it. So make sure that you sign up for Unity World Day of Prayer.
Thanks, Brenda. Yeah, I joined Unity almost 30 years ago. Unity of Omaha 30 years ago. I've never been to Unity Village. Is this crazy or what? So I've got my ticket to get on the bus, right? I am so excited that we have a bus that we get to go on. And I don't know, we're going to have fun because we don't have to worry about the driving. So I just love that. And again, that is September the 12th that we're going. September the 12th, which is a Thursday, leaving here at 6 o'clock. Did you have a question, Martin? No? Okay. Good. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. We're heading down there as a group, and you'll be able to sit with your favorite people and move around. It's going to be wonderful. So thank you for arranging this, Brenda. And Valerie, I know you did all the, the investigation into transportation. So wonderful. All right. Now we get to lean into the time of meditation. And I'll ask that we lower the lights, dim the lights a little bit, and close your eyes and focus on relaxing. This is going to be a meditation on gratitude because we know that whatever we pay attention to and appreciate, notice, and are grateful for, we raise our vibration and offer more of that into our lives. So as I close my eyes and begin to relax, I open my heart center, slow my breathing, and I feel calmness spread through my body. I sense the rhythm of my heartbeat. A slower, steady pulsing. My mind settles and my body relaxes. Those slower, deeper breaths, I'm breathing in peace. I open myself to express and feel gratitude. I feel the presence of God and the unity of this beautiful spiritual community that I belong. I feel the love in this room right now. coming off this wonderful week where we worked together as a team to create one of the most successful circulation days, sending our love out into the community, answering prayers probably of people who came here to find something to take back into their lives, and we provided that. I am grateful for all the volunteers who made that possible and who make every Sunday here in community possible. I thank those who prepare the sanctuary, those who prepare our post-service snacks. I feel gratitude toward all the ongoing support we get from our prayer chaplains, the meditation leaders, the healing arts team that provide drumming circles and special events after service. I send gratitude to the educational team, pulls together our book studies and other events. I appreciate the work of the bookstore manager and her staff, the counting team. I send gratitude now to Deb, who writes those affirmations for the Walk of Abundance. Each of you is a vital part of our collective journey. I feel grateful, grace, and gratitude for the leadership skills, the time, the talent, and the expertise of our Unity Board of Directors. I appreciate Valerie's creativity as the youth director and her dedication to supporting Reverend Brenda by using her organizational skills and her administrative skills to keep the office running. Thank you, Valerie. I bless all the volunteers in their special roles and extend this blessing to any group I forgot to mention. Lastly, I am grateful for our spiritual leader, Reverend Brenda Peters. We are blessed by her patience, dedication, leadership abilities, and her steadfast commitment to exploring various ways to inspire us through her uplifting talks. Her unwavering courage to open her heart and demonstrate her authenticity through humor and to show her vulnerability as she shares her own experiences as she gives those talks. These are uncommon and highly effective tools that she uses. She gives of herself so freely and generously every week. We are truly blessed to have her. And as we enter a few moments of silence now, let us hold all these divine beings, our spiritual family, in the highest regard, blessing one and all. We fill this room now with a swelling of love and gratitude in the silence. As we emerge from the silence, we become aware of the high vibration of gratitude filling our minds, hearts, and souls. And we carry this enormous feeling of love throughout our day. We know we are divine. We are grateful. We are one. And so it is. Amen. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm your prayer chaplain today. My name is Terry. My reading today is from Dennis Lewis, who happens to be a student of Taoism. Whatever noble aims we may have, paths we may be on, or necessary efforts we may make, our only real freedom is to awaken now, this very instant, to the mystery and miracle of being, to the spacious awareness that we are. It is only this immediate awakening to the deepest levels of ourselves, to the conscious source that connects us all, that will enable us to experience and manifest real harmony, intelligence, kindness, love, and compassion in our lives, and bring about the transformation in the world that we all wish for.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Let's see here. Today, I'm going to talk about Unity Village. And who is here for the first time? You could, yay, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. And unfortunately, I tell jokes before my talk. Some people think it's fortunate. They're dad jokes. So, what type of flower doesn't go in a vase? A cauliflower. Oh no, I ran out of them. Okay, that's the only joke you get today. Oh no, here we go. Why can't you give a math test in the jungle? There are too many cheetahs. I'm telling you, I don't know who comes up with these. Why was the cookie angry? It was feeling a little crumbly. There you go. All right, so we are going to talk about Unity Village today because I did have this already set up, and last Sunday Ray did say to me, I wish you would say where Unity Village was. And I was appreciative of that comment because a lot of times those of us who have been in Unity of Omaha, we forget that y'all don't, who's new, y'all don't know where Unity, like where is this mystical Unity Village? Is it in the sky? No, it's a real place and it is down around Lee Summit. I say that because Unity Village is actually its own city, little incorporated city. It has a mayor, they fix their own roads, the whole 9 yards. So that's why I guess when I say Unity Village, I know it's a little town surrounded by the Casey area. So, and for those of you who are new, this is going to be good because it's a little history about who started Unity. And so you see Charles, it's on your left, Charles and Myrtle. I don't know why they don't look happy. I looked at this picture and I'm like, this is not a great picture. But they're all kind of like that. I think that's just the way it was, you know, in the 1900s. But trust me, they were happy. I mean, I don't know for sure, but this is what I read. And then the smaller pictures are them when they were younger, okay, when they actually started Unity. And for them, they didn't start a church. They didn't start, well, first of all, let me back up. It started with Myrtle, and when she first was single, she loved nature. She was going to a Protestant church at the time, and it just really didn't align with her. But every time she stepped in nature, she felt the presence of a higher power, of God, of whoever you want to, whatever name you want to give it. And she, at the time, was dating Charles, and they would write letters back and forth, and he, agreed. And so it started from there. And then, I think after they were married, they went to a world conference in Chicago, and E.B. Weeks was speaking at that time, who is somebody in New Thought. And he had said, you are a child of God. You do not inherit dis-ease. So now Myrtle, she had tuberculosis, and back then that was a death sentence. But when she heard that, it hit her and it aligned with her. And so much so that she, for 2 years, every day took at least an hour. From what I read and from what I've heard, she had a picture of Jesus sitting in a chair, and she would just thank all parts of her body for working in right divine order, and she would, imagine being with Jesus and the healing energy and all of that. And after 2 years, she was healed from tuberculosis, which back then was quite startling. And I think even today, if somebody said, I healed myself from cancer, we would all go, okay, how? And that's what happened. People started like, how did you do this? What's going on? And the more energy and more people that came, she would go ahead and be with them and pray and hold them in prayer. Not pray for them, but hold them and pray with them. And in Unity, we do affirming prayer. So we're affirming that everything is working in divine order. She would do all sorts of healing prayers. It became so huge that they created Silent Unity. And Silent Unity is still up and running today, and it's a place that you can call. You call, text, email, and they have like a virtual silence. You can meditate silently with other people who are also in the virtual room of Silent Unity. If you need to be held in prayer. So a lot of people have done that. They have, text or called Silent Unity with something that they need to be held in prayer, and then there are representatives that do that and help them through that. I've met many people, they don't even know about Unity of Omaha, and they have said, well, there's a prayer line I call. And I say, what's it called? Oh, it's Silent Unity. Okay, well, yeah, we have a place called Unity of Omaha. So it's around the world. This is not just, here in the Midwest. This is nationwide and around the globe. So that kicked off, and then when that kicked off, Charles always had an inquisitive mind, and then Unity was formed. Now, back then they had just study groups, okay? So it wasn't a church. It wasn't anything like that. It was New Thought, and I will be giving a talk about what New Thought is. I think that's next week. But they would discuss spiritual matters, and they would discuss how to evolve and how to grow and how to do this in your everyday life. And from that, there were a lot of people who attended that said, this is bigger than just study groups, and we need to have ministers. Charles was not really into that. He's like, no, I don't want it to become like that. But it got to be so much that he's like, okay, if you feel led to do that, then let's do that. So that's a little bit of that history. Now, Unity Village, so is separate. But back then it wasn't, okay? Back then they had a headquarters on Tracy Street. So they started these headquarters on Tracy Street down in Kansas City. And they also had a cafe that was all vegan. I think it was just vegan back then. But if anybody wanted to come in, they could have a great, vegan meal. And that's how they ran it off of love donations for the longest time. They also did, it was called Unity Magazine. It was called many things, New Thought, and throughout the years they've changed the name, and they've actually changed the name again. They've bought Spirituality and Health. So Unity, it's a Unity publication now. So there's no Unity Magazine anymore. It's Spirituality and Health. And I've been putting some out in the back there if you want to take a look at that. But they were into publishing. Charles was on the radio doing, little talks, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew. At some point, they decided to go ahead and buy some land. Now, this back then was like around the 1930s when everything else was falling apart. Financially, and mentally and spiritually for a lot of people. And when Charles decided to go ahead and venture out into buying land and things like that and growing this, he was asking people to, help if they felt aligned with it. And a lot of people didn't have the funds to be able to do that. There was one guy, though, that really challenged the whole prosperity idea, which I will give another talk. Sorry. And this other guy said to him, good luck with this. It's the 1930s. Are you crazy? We just had a crash and nobody has money. But I tell you what, your lovely prosperity principles, let me just start you off then. Here's a penny. And he gave him a penny. And Charles said, thank you. And we bless this penny, and we bless the energy that comes with it, and we will do with it and grow. So thank you for getting us started. And he did. And it did, and it grew, and it grew. To where they were able to buy land by Lee Summit, Missouri. And at first it was just a place for people to vacation or to relax, especially staff members that they had at the time. Just a place to hang out. But then they started building a clubhouse so that they could have parties there or events there or whatever. And it grew and it grew and it grew. Charles's son, Myrtle and Charles, their son, Richter is his name, built all of the buildings, not himself, but he was the architect for all the buildings. And most of those buildings, let me show you. That's Silent Unity. That's the top of it. But you can see that some of the buildings have like a European flavor to them. That's because he went over to Europe and brought back, he really liked that, look. So that's the look of Unity Village. So like there's a huge long fountain, a long pool and long fountain. And that is looking down from the top of the tower and seeing the fountains. So after they decided, okay, we're building, then it kept growing. It kept growing. And that's when they had a pool at one time. There it is from a way top high. That tower that you see, that's Unity Tower. It used to be a water tower. Now it is offices. They have leased out the rooms in there to other businesses. So now it is full of offices. But then you can see all of the other buildings on there. There's an administration building, there's Silent Unity building, which also holds a sanctuary, and that's where Unity Village Church, or that's held. They also have an activities building, and that is being remodeled as we speak. They used to have a restaurant, and now that has changed into a ballroom events area. So they no longer have a restaurant on the grounds. But they also had, way back when, they started, so they had a farm. And they grew produce, and they sold the produce to everybody who came. The farm is still, the barn is still there, but it's now run by a different nonprofit organization, not by Unity. The other, let's see here. That's one of the fountains. You know, Kansas City is known for their fountains, and Unity Village is right on the list of all the fountains that they have on the campus. That's the Bridge of Faith. A lot of people get married here. A lot of people get engaged here. There are a lot of quinceañeras. They have beautiful gowns. I mean, it's really neat. The grounds are used a lot now for photography. They also have a nature trail there. And they have a golf course. So it has really expanded beyond the walls. It's like a retreat center and an event center for people, not only in Unity, but outside of Unity. And the place is busy like all the time. So right now, Unity, the campus, Unity Village, holds Unity Worldwide Headquarters, which runs Unity Village and anything, and then also does the, this is the story of Unity, the books. They help with the organization of the publications and also Daily Word. So they do a lot of things, Unity Worldwide Headquarters. Also on the grounds now is Unity Worldwide Ministries. And they are the organizational group that helps us in the field, helps me, helps you, helps other churches with branding, with like bylaws, all the business side of that. They help with that kind of stuff. So they're both on campus now. And that is, it used to be the educational building. So that used to be where, way back when, you had to stay on Unity campus to become a minister for about 3 years. And you had to go to physical classes every day. That has changed now. It's online most of the time, but you do have to go down to Unity Village about 2 times a year. And that's the fountains. The fountains are beautiful. There's the new labyrinth. So before, the labyrinth was just painted lines in the parking lot. I mean, bless them, but it was kind of like, what? This is a labyrinth? But now it was from someone who cut the stones by hand and placed them. So it took a long time, and it is just wonderful. It's a wonderful walk. It's a beautiful labyrinth. Also, with the doors, if you go down, you'll see the doors on each building. Those were hand carven and they took the trees off of the property and carved out the doors. So with everything, and they made the stones, I mean, everything was built by and of Unity. So if you do go down, and that's a really short, brief history and showing you a little bit of pictures of down there. But if you do go down, they also have tunnels. I don't know if, I think they're not letting people do that anymore, run through them, but they also have tunnels that connect each building. They also have, it's called the blue room, where you shut off the lights and it's all blue and it has pictures. I mean, there are a lot of the buildings that are very special, that have very special features. There's even a place where you can go and just meditate. Maya Angelou was one who have walked Unity Village campus. She was a big Unity person. Betty White was also a Unity person. I don't know if she ever was on campus, but I know every time I walk there, I think of Maya. But it is a great, wonderful place. And when you step on campus, there's just an energy that changes you. It's very calming. And I can't put words to it. The only way to experience it is to come. So if you are even on the edge of thinking about coming, please come. If you work full time, please take the day off if you can, because it would be a great self-care for you. Just like Terry, I can't believe Terry's never been there. It is wonderful. And then you can also go to their bookstore, which is fantastic, and you can get wonderful things like this. And they do have a little cafe. It's called the Fillmore Cafe. They have little drinks, and now they even have alcoholic drinks there. So if you're into that, you can have some of that. But it's a great place. And so I would encourage you to try to go on World Day of Prayer. So, and with that, we are done. If you would like to support Unity of Omaha and also Unity Worldwide Ministries, Unity Worldwide Headquarters, please consider tithing. You can text 402-543-5339 or go to our website, unityomaha.org, and click on donate or by mail. And for all of you, you just go ahead. We won't have any music to you to dance up the aisle to. But please come up and you can go ahead and do your love offering and then take an affirmation, which is today I declare that I am accepted and loved by everyone I meet. All right, so go ahead and come on up. I mean, I could sing to you, but that would not. Oh, Valerie's going to come up and sing. No, thank you. That one? She decided not to sing. I could tell another joke if I have one. Let me see. Let me see if I have a joke. Unity of Omaha. UnityOmaha.org. Yeah. Donate. Yep. You're welcome. Okay, so what has a bottom at the top? What has a bottom at the top? Your legs. That was a thinking one. What did the teddy bear say when he was offered dessert? Oh, everybody knew that one. No thanks, I'm stuffed. Everybody knew that. When chickens go jogging, which way do they run? Clockwise. Yeah, that was off. If you hate these jokes, please get me new ones. Because I have 2 books here. All right, so let's go ahead and say the prosperity affirmation, if you would, with me. I am worthy of living a life of prosperity. Okay, and let's go ahead and bless the offerings, tithes, and talents. And with this, I would like to bless everyone and send that attitude of gratitude to everyone who did participate in Circulation Day, knowing that the love and the law of circulation was in play and is in play every day. And so as we bless these tithes and talents and offerings today, we know this energy goes out to Unity Worldwide Headquarters, Unity Worldwide Ministries, and the Omaha community, and also Unity of Omaha. And we are so grateful and blessed to be here today, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And so it is. Amen. Okay, and let's say the prayer for protection, and Terry will be in the Peace Chapel after service if you do want to be held in prayer, continuing that tradition of silent unity. So, the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. All right, have a great day.